we're here at probably one of the most famous spots in Ireland, the Cliffs of Moher, and it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site as well. And you can see why, because it is such a striking site with the huge cliffs. And we came here in the morning, so because of the sun, it's a little hard to actually see the cliffs. I mean, you can see them, but it would be a little bit better maybe in the afternoon. But the perk of coming in the morning is you can actually get, if you buy tickets online, I don't know if you buy tickets in person, it's €7 a person if you buy online for like from 8 to 12. But then after that, it's a little bit of an increased price. And then in the evening is a little bit of a discounted price as well. So some tips for whenever you come. Now, before we actually came out to see the cliffs, we went into the visitor center. And in the visitor center, they have lots of information that's good to read up on. And we spent only about 30 minutes in there just to see the information part. And there's also like a little area where you can send yourself a postcard, you take a picture. It was really fun. And then they have a 4D experience where it blows wind on you and supposedly rain, but we didn't have the rain for some reason. Don't know why, but their visitor center is pretty cool. There are also a couple different restaurants in there, restrooms and gift shops. And we're probably going to check out the gift shops later, but everything you need is in that visitor center. So one of the things you can see here at the Cliffs of Moher is O'Brien's Tower. It's just a small little tower here that you can actually climb up, see a good overlook, I think. But there's a bit of a line, so we're not going to do that right now. But if you want to, it's here. It's an option. We are officially done with the Cliffs of Moher Experience. It is definitely like a really cool place, really cool site, but oh my gosh, the people. We came here on the earlier side and there's still a good bit of people here. So I would be interested to see what the amount of people would look like during prime time. But the visitor center is really cool. It's just everywhere now is super packed, even the gift shop. So we didn't really do much browsing around. Another thing that was kind of disappointing was the south viewpoint, which you can walk down the cliff side and there was like no barrier. It was closed due to some like rock slides and it being dangerous. So we couldn't walk down there. So we didn't get the full experience we wanted, but we still got a little bit of an experience.
The interactive part is pretty interesting inside the visitor center, so I thought that was pretty interesting, showing the geological forces, and the theater is showing you soaring as a bird and stuff like that. So that was fun. The cliffs are, I don't know, they're okay. They don't really do much for me. If you watched our prior video where we went to visit a castle like in the middle of nowhere, that's more my vibe than visiting a huge. This is almost like if you're in America in the Grand Canyons or a national park out west. It's a little too crazy.
One thing I forgot to mention is before here, on our way down, we passed through Galway and everything, but we also stopped at this castle. I don't know how it's pronounced necessarily. It's like Dunguaire maybe. And we just did a quick stop there and took some pictures of the outside. The inside's temporarily closed, it says. I don't know why, but that was a really cool castle to see, just even if it was for a brief moment. Now we are driving down to the Dingle Peninsula, and I think we might get some food along the way. So we'll see you there. Our car is literally rocking right now from this wind. By some miracle, we made it to the Dingle Peninsula. It was like sunshine the whole day until we hit here, and it started raining, pouring down real bad, and we were on a road called Connor Pass, which has dramatic cliff sides, and it was really, really spooky. At one point, the wind was literally rocking the car, and it would have been great if it was clear when we were going on that Connor Pass, because beautiful views, and we just didn't think there were views like that in Ireland. It really reminded us like Iceland a lot. So really stunning views here on the Dingle Peninsula. Our first stop is this old ancient church of stacked rocks. We paid a little entrance fee to get in here, €5 a person, and we're gonna go and check that out now. Whoa, I'm kind of scared. So we're inside the oratory now. It's nice and dark and free of wind. It's so calm in here compared to the outside where the wind is blasting. And what's nice is in here also, it's watertight. No water gets through. And it's kind of crazy that happens when it's just rocks stacked. There's no mortar or anything. And it's 1,300 years old, apparently. It was an old ancient church, and it's one of the few and the best preserved that's still standing in Ireland.
This allows the walls to curve together and meet at the top with large capstones. Each stone on the wall is laid at a slight angle, lower on the outside, to ensure water never leaks into the structure.
So we went and saw the 10-minute informational educational video they have on the site, and that was really neat and well produced. And you're supposed to see that before you go and see the site, really, but since it wasn't raining when we got here and it's been trending that it's gonna rain, we went and saw the site first, then watched the video. So now I know it's called Gallarus. Before I wasn't quite sure how it was pronounced, so that would have been helpful.
The video was pretty cool. Like Rachel said, definitely well produced. They had a lot of actors that were in traditional dress and explained a lot of things. They even showed other sites around Ireland that are similar, stone structures and stuff like that. But yeah, pretty cool, pretty old too.
The day is not going as planned. We took quite a big detour to come here to the Dingle Peninsula, but we got here later than we would like. The day was a little set back, and by the time we got here, windy and rainy. So a lot of the stops we're trying to get to, we're just like, oh my gosh, it's too much of a mess outside, and you'll barely be able to see anything. So we have skipped quite a few things. The most recent is this pier that's very, very famous, has great coastal views and like a narrow stone path to go down. It's super scenic, but we're not going to chance going out, and also we won't be able to see much anyway because of all the crazy clouds and everything. So I'm not sure if we're going to be able to see much else. We're going to try to hit a few last stops, but might be calling it quits and just getting some ice cream to make us feel a little better. So we'll see where we see you next. So it's a new morning now. Yesterday was a bit of a bust, but what we ended up doing was stopping in Dingle, which is a very cute coastal seaside town, and we got food at Murphy's Pub. It's a pub in town, and it was really good. Matt got a beef and Guinness stew that he enjoyed, and I got like an assortment. It was like a sandwich and their soup of the day, which was broccoli and leek, which I liked more than I thought, and some chips. And then we got some ice cream at Murphy's Ice Cream. It's a pretty famous spot. We got their signature Dingle sea salt flavor and honey, and it was really, really good. But then we just went to our Airbnb and crashed. But now we're going to be on the Ring of Kerry. So we promise our next video will be a lot more interesting because we're at the Ring of Kerry and the forecast looks a lot better than it did yesterday. So if you want to see that, tune into the next video.